Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. We're the Garcia Twins. I'm Britta.
And I'm Carly.
We would love it if you would subscribe down below. We do a lot of favorites videos. We have a lifestyle favorite series we post every Friday. We do get ready with me's, product reviews, all that jazz. Today we're doing a get ready with us. We haven't done one of these in a few months, we think.
Yeah, and we just haven't filmed in like a month.
Yeah, so when we do these, we typically just keep you up to date on what's going on in our lives. So let's catch up. Let's get into it. I'm not using a primer today because I'm actually going to go in with the TirTir Cushion Foundation. This is the one that's like gone viral all over social media. I got the travel size during Prime Day, so it was only like $9. I got the shade 23N Sand. I have worn this twice, and I will say a little goes a long way. If you apply too much, it won't look good. It'll look too dry.
Yeah, it looks really full coverage.
Yeah, so the little size is like actually perfect. And then I prefer it with a sponge. The first time I used it, I used this little thing. But obviously this type of sponge like doesn't soak up product. So it definitely like deposited too much on my face. I prefer a damp beauty sponge because it actually like soaks up excess product. And I literally only go in once in here, and like that's enough for my whole face. I'm mixing the Glossier foundation with my Vanicream moisturizer. I've been doing this in the summer. Well, I feel like I'm just gonna keep doing this because I love the foundation, but it is pretty matte on me. And so the moisturizer just helps it not make my skin look dry. But a little goes such a long way with this foundation. Like, I've still been shocked since I've purchased it. I feel like it's gonna last me forever. This foundation is perfect for the summer in my opinion because it lasts so long. Like, it lasts really long on my skin. This one, when I've used it the 2 times, it lasts so long. The first time I used it, when I applied a little too much, I even had it on my nose and it didn't, like, sunglasses didn't even take it off. It's like super.
Well, that's really crazy.
TirTir, I will say, I see why it went viral because it is so thin and like you can get pretty good coverage from it and it's really long lasting, but it's definitely not a foundation I would reach for every day because I don't need something super full coverage and long lasting every day. Yeah, I feel like people on TikTok or YouTubers like probably like it because it looks good on camera.
Yeah.
But I can imagine it just looks really full coverage in person. Updates. Like, where have we left off? I guess,
oh my gosh,
we've been traveling a lot. Yeah, more than usual. Way more than usual. We went back to Wisconsin to see our mom and our friends and family. When was that?
Oh my god, yeah, we haven't filmed since before then, huh?
Yeah, it was the end of June, early July.
Yeah.
End of June, early July, so like roughly a month ago.
Maybe we did film after that, but not a get ready.
Yeah, not a get ready. And yeah, it was a really nice trip. It was so nice to see everyone. The weather worked out in our favor. It's worked out so well the past few years, so now we like plan it for that time of year because both trips there hasn't been like any rain or excessive heat or excessive humidity. Like, and the week after we left, our mom was like, it's so hot and humid now, like you beat the heat, and we were like, thank God, because we are not built for that anymore.
Yeah.
Because I think everyone knows it's just different being in like hot heat when it's humid. It like feels extra suffocating. So we really lucked out with the weather. And it was just such a nice time. But yeah, it was a good trip. And then we were recently in Ohio for James's brother's wedding. My boyfriend's brother, he lives in Ohio, so they got married there. And it was kind of like a destination for everyone because his family is from Michigan and her family is from Minnesota. So lots of Midwest happening going on. And it made it like so fun because everyone stayed at one of 2 hotels which were like in the same area. Yeah, the area was crazy. It reminded me so much of like the newer parts of Nashville where there was like 2 hotels and then all these like bars and restaurants all within walking distance. It's called Dublin and it's around Columbus in Ohio if you're familiar with that area. We really loved Ohio. Yeah, we really did. We had heard really positive things about Columbus. Obviously we're from the Midwest, but I feel like everywhere in the Midwest is so different. Like, it's similar in the sense, I don't know, the people are similar, and I guess like the lifestyles are similar, but like I said, my boyfriend is from Michigan, outside of Detroit, and like where he grew up is so vastly different from where I grew up. Even though Wisconsin and Michigan are like, you know, so close to each other on the map, it's just so different. And Ohio was similar in that like, there was parts of it that looked really similar to where from Green Bay, but then yeah, this specific part of town, like we stayed in like New Dublin. It was called New Dublin, I think.
Yeah.
And then there's this cool like new bridge that they built over a river connecting Old Dublin to New Dublin.
Yeah, which I love the idea of that.
Yeah, it was such a cool idea. And so one morning we all went and got brunch in Old Dublin, and we walked across the bridge, and we knew, like Britta and I knew, because we're not even, like, we're not big fans of Nashville, and for kind of that reason, like, I don't really love all the new builds, and like that it's just so revolved around
And I know people say other parts of Tennessee have hills, but it looked so flat to us, it just looked like the Midwest.
Yeah, so when we first saw this like New Dublin area, we were like, oh, this is so cool, like everyone's staying in these hotels, and it did work out for like going to bars and restaurants, but not really our vibe. But then we walked across the bridge to Old Dublin, and we were like in love. Like old buildings. There was like buildings with historical plaques, like they were
So
actually
many.
part of the like historical, I don't know how you get, you know, the buildings preserved.
Like even their like Domino's was in like a cute old brick building.
Oh yeah, and there's
Really
Starbucks.
just, like, it almost like was East Coast-y.
That's what we said.
Yeah.
There was like cobblestone streets in part of this.
Yeah,
And there
like,
was
so cute, and there were so many restaurants. Like
Yeah.
as we were walking down.
But overall, we loved the Old Dublin area. We just like walked around for a bit. And then the wedding venue was also really beautiful. And yeah, we just liked, Columbus seemed like
It was definitely bigger than Green Bay.
yeah, it was like clearly the Midwest, but it just had like a really, I don't know.
There
like
was more to do than
yeah,
lots
like
of
a
other
vibrant
parts.
energy to it, more than other parts of the Midwest.
By the way, I have to say, this is my second ILIA bronzer, like ever, and I've already hit pan on it. That just goes to show how much I love this product.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, Columbus was great, and then we got back, and we've obviously been busy like launching products.
But yeah, we haven't really talked about that either.
Yeah, like we launched our deodorizing conditioning spray for clean coats, and then we launched Rise and Shine for Dyad. We did this like, we launched Rise and Shine right before we went to Wisconsin, right?
Yeah.
And then we launched the spray like right before we went to Ohio.
Yeah.
So it's been a lot. Like we've been a little, it's been a little crazy.
Yeah.
And something that no one really tells you about being a small business owner is we are organized, so it's fine, but you have to be so organized and like on top of it, or things are gonna fall through the cracks. And I
Yeah.
think just from coming from the like beauty world and product development, and we were project managers for so long, like we are organized and like able to keep track of things. But even yesterday we had to sit down and we're like, okay, like what purchase orders do we need to get in, like what are we running out of?
Yeah.
And just things that you like don't, like, they're not top of mind, but like so important, and it's just not for the faint of heart.
I know, especially for Dyad, because we have like an inventory system, because we do pour the candles, and like we need to know when to order wax. And now even like for a long time we didn't have to order fragrance because we weren't selling that much, because a fragrance drum can get you like pretty far.
Yeah.
But now we like have to be reordering fragrance, and we're very grateful. But yeah, it's a lot to like remember.
And budgeting with two brands.
Yeah, budgeting is
really
hard too. Yeah, I was gonna say like clean coats. If we weren't so excited about this third product, I feel like we'd hold off, but we also don't want to lose momentum, and we think it's like our best product yet. So we're like full steam ahead on that and placing POs, and we like just transferred the formula to our manufacturer. So it's really exciting, but then yeah, we're like, okay, so that's this money going out, and like, but we also have to, we've been out of stock on pins and needles we're not out of stock, there's 2 left.
We have like 2 left, and in full transparency, we have maybe like 20 more that are missing sleeves.
Yeah.
So like technically we can't sell them, which is so lame. So we have to order the sleeves, which is expensive because we're just getting a small quantity done domestically.
And it's our best selling candle, and we happen to be out of fragrance oil, so now we have to reorder that too.
Yeah.
So that's been like, oh, well now, hopefully this is interesting to people, but it's just, yeah, like Britta said, balancing all the different purchase orders with like the money coming in and what you want to put
It's
the money
just
towards.
something that you don't really think about, and maybe lots of other people don't have to think about it if they hire like an ops person.
Or if you happen to just have like crazy sales and a lot of money
Yeah,
coming
that's
in.
true.
You're like, oh, well, I'm just going to write all
Then
these
it
POs
matters
at
less.
once. But, you
Yeah.
know, we're still pretty early stages. We don't have a ton of money coming in. So
Yeah.
we have to be a bit more strategic with it.
Yeah, and now more than ever, I think, because we have the 2 brands. But before
This MAC Soft and Gentle I ended up really liking. I know it's
good.
an old school highlighter, but it's definitely blinding, but in a good way.
Yeah, I'm actually really liking how my makeup is looking. It feels good to put makeup on because that's another thing. It's been so hot. We haven't been able to like even get outside, which is fine because like, you know, I'm sure you're like us, and if you're outside and like bopping around, you're spending money, and we shouldn't be spending money. So it's like nice in that sense, but it's also really hard to not be able to walk outside because you guys know us, we love our coffee walks.
Yeah, we like haven't been able to walk to our favorite like local coffee house in like 2 months.
Yeah.
It's been kind of depressing, I'm not gonna lie.
And this happens every year, so I don't know why I'm surprised every year that it gets so hot that I can't go outside, but
yeah,
we'll get through it. At least it's August now. So yeah, that's kind of what we've been up to. Just traveling more than usual, summer travel, and then working on dyad and clean coats, which, oh, and then another thing I wanted to bring up is because we've been so busy with like our small businesses, that's kind of been like our focus, but we obviously want to prioritize YouTube because it's our favorite.
We do.
Like I was so excited to sit down and film today, and like catch up and put makeup on and just chat because we can be yappers.
Yeah.
But for everything else that we post on like Instagram and whatnot, we're like, what can we do like realistically?
Yeah.
Because for a while we were doing like the single product reviews, and we used this camera to film them, and we kind of like batch film them, but if we're being honest, they're not our favorite videos to film. We kind of just do it for like SEO purposes.
Yeah, we only really do it when we have, I'm doing like a light amount of this Rare Beauty mascara.
I'm like really behind.
A lot of mascara. We don't really want, or we don't really film until we have like products to talk about, and because we're trying to be budget conscious, this really only happens when we get products sent to us, or if we bought in a few things recently. But, so it's also like really unpredictable, and yeah, we just like don't love it.
Yeah, and it can be productive if we're like sitting down and each filming like 2 or 3 videos, then we have, you know, like 4 to 6 videos ready to go. But I guess they're just not as like personable. Like I'm sure sometimes you guys appreciate our reviews on things you're interested in, but more so like, I don't know, they're just like not our favorite videos to film because they don't feel like, they kind of feel like what everyone else is doing, right? Yeah. So we were trying to like brainstorm yesterday of like what's realistic for us, and we like doing fit checks, but that also means we need to be leaving the house.
Yeah.
Which we're going to try. We're going to do more of this week for sure, because I think we're going to work from a coffee shop Monday, and then we're going to go to the movies. We're going to go see
I was going to mention that too.
It Ends With Us on Thursday with some girlfriends. So if we're leaving the house, we can do fit checks more often, and people seem to like those. And then our cookie reviews are honestly our favorite things to film.
Love them.
So I think
Like
we'll just...
Kev Eats has a dream life.
I know.
He just reviews food in his car.
So I think we'll just amp up on those, and then try to do more like outfit photos, because I like those. Like we took some in Larchmont recently, like before we left. And I like using a camera. Like we used to use a camera.
Yeah, and it was actually like so, and talk about
easy.
Another cute thing. Yeah, like we had gone back to Larchmont previously on a day that was like super busy, and we're like, why don't we just park a little bit further away and like take some photos and then walk, and it was actually so fun.
So yeah, like it's nice to like get out and then take some pictures. And all I was going to say was like back in our blogging days, we used to use this camera and like go around town and like shoot outfits and do like a whole blog post, and I don't really miss like the time that it took to do that,
it took a while,
I miss like the good quality. Like we've been over this, that like we don't like the iPhone camera.
Well, our specific, we don't have super new iPhones, but it's crazy. Like I remember being like, oh, I don't feel like doing this, but then whenever we would edit the photos and then write the blog post, like I always love doing that.
Same. I mean, I really miss blogging.
Me too.
If I'm being honest, that's like the thing I probably miss the most.
I know, we love
but no one reads it, so then it's like, what's the point? I still do some blog posts here and there though. Anyway, so I think we're just gonna try to do more fit checks, cookie reviews, and photos. Like as many photos as we can. Yeah, we like that, and hopefully everyone else likes it. But we're just trying to be realistic and kind of like not spend time doing things we don't really want to do.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. No one should. Also, side note, this week marked our 15-year anniversary in California. How crazy is that? It's literally crazy to think about.
Yeah.
We love living here, and I was journaling about when we moved, and I actually feel like it's very hard to remember such a big thing that happened. And I feel like maybe it was because it was 15 years ago, or maybe like I really didn't have...
That's a really long time.
Such a long time. Maybe I really didn't have fear, but we were 18 when we moved to California, like fresh out of high school.
I don't remember being scared.
Me either. I was journaling about it, and because like reminiscing on the day. I've been journaling a lot, and I was like trying to remember what I was feeling at that time, and I was like, I don't think I felt an ounce of fear, and I was like, how cool is it to be young? Like, I feel like I don't think it's ever really that scary to move, though.
No, I think it is.
Really? You guys tell us, because we haven't really moved since. Like, so we moved to
well,
we moved to San Diego when we were 18, and then we lived there for 5 years, and then we moved to LA, and we've lived here for 10. And so obviously living somewhere for 10 years, if we were to move now, I feel like that would be a huge adjustment. But even moving from San Diego to LA, like it was a little scary, but we weren't even really scared then either. But again, I feel like 10 years ago we were 23. It's just
we had just graduated college.
It's still pretty young. I feel like the older you get, the harder it is. But I wanted to say that if you've always wanted to live somewhere else, I was just reminiscing on this, and I was like, you should do it, because
oh my god, yes.
Life is too short, and we are so happy in California. We are so grateful we made the move.
It's the best place.
It is the best place. We really love it here.
Yeah.
California definitely feels like home now, because we've been here for 15 years, and we had left when we were 18, but obviously like most of our memories, you know, start when you're like what, 6 or 7?
Yeah, I think 5 technically.
Yeah, so really like most of our life in our brain we've lived in California, so as adults, so it's really special and great, and we love it.
I'm going in with Blushing Lizard by Half Magic. I keep it in like my little quad, but I don't use it all the time because it's not like a, well, I guess it could be an everyday shade. I just keep seeing so many videos about this, and it's truly so beautiful.
It's really pretty. I'm gonna buy more stuff from that brand, so if you have
Me
recs,
too.
let us know.
I'm so curious about the Magic Brownie like liquid lipstick.
Me too, and the lip liner duo.
Yeah. And I love that. Usually I always use a glitter primer with like glittery shades, and this formula is so unique that like you don't need one. Like there's no fallout.
Yeah, it's really pretty. I didn't really do much today on my eyes. I haven't been, because I don't know, just I have like such hooded eyes. Oh, but I have been loving this, the INN Beauty Lip Oil and Cinnamon Bun.
Isn't it so good?
I feel like I've been wearing it and keeping it in my purse like all the time, so shout out to that.
Oops. We can talk about some upcoming, so back to our content, I guess. So nothing's really gonna change, but we're probably just not gonna be doing those individual product review videos unless you guys really like them. We do put them on YouTube Shorts too. And like I said, they are actually, if anything, they're the best for growth here, because I feel like when you do SEO, obviously Instagram videos don't show up, but TikTok and YouTube do. And so I do think we've gotten like more subscribers from them, but I just don't know if it's worth it.
Yeah, let us know.
Yeah.
What do we have upcoming? I don't know, we're really happy to be home until the end of September. We are taking a trip with our best friends, so we're excited for that, but it's nice to be home for about like 2 months before we have to go anywhere, really.
Oh yeah, it is like 2 full months. Yeah, this year has been big on travel for us. I know lots of people travel way more than we do, but we don't.
We might go to New York in October. I'm putting it out into the universe.
Yeah, it's on my vision board.
We've both never been in October, right?
I'm trying to think.
I've been in September and I've been in November, but never October.
Yeah, maybe not.
And I feel like it might be the perfect month to go to New York. When I was there end of November, it was very cold. When I was there early September, it was very hot. So I'm thinking October is like the sweet spot, or early November. Being there late November, I think it just turns quickly.
Tommy and I were there early November for our anniversary, and it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was really cold when we were there end of November.
But yeah, and then we also want to do a little writing retreat.
I know.
Putting that out into the universe. We're thinking just going back to solving.
Yeah, we haven't mentioned this in a while, but we're working on a TV show script, pilot script. Who knows where it'll go, but we like completed the first draft and moved on to the second draft, and then we got so busy we haven't had time to dedicate to it. And so we're like, we really need to do a retreat now that we're home like all of August and most of September. We're like, oh, maybe we should try to do it in that time frame, because we wanted to get it to like a good spot to like share with people by the end of the year. Yeah, so we really, and I feel like once, I mean, I guess we could in October too, but you know, November is always so busy and December with the holidays. So we really wanted to kind of like do this sooner rather than later. So we'll keep you updated on that. I actually really like how my makeup looks. They came together. Mine is really basic, but I like it. This eyeshadow, if you've been on the fence, I think it's so pretty. Lives up to the hype. It's just so easy to like put on the lids and move on. It's so fun for like a disco look. Yeah. And it is like, it has like the blue reflect, so I just did the Sephora collection lip liner in Sinker Suede on the lips, because this is like a cool tone pinky mauve. But yeah, I know we didn't have like too many new products to try, but hopefully, yeah, like I said, I bought this during a sale they were having, and I feel like it's like the original highlighter that everyone fell in love with, and it's taken me like, what, 10 years to try it. Yeah, it's really pretty, and it's really pretty, soft and gentle. And just to regroup on the TirTir, I would recommend this if you want something thin, full coverage, long lasting. So I guess if you do like go into an office every day and you need your makeup to last, yeah, that's true. I could see someone really liking this. I do like it. As you can see on the skin, I think it looks good. And this is just on top of moisturizer because it is like a matte foundation. I wouldn't use like a mattifying primer or anything. Like, make sure your skin's moisturized. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next one.